Hello, this is Victor bringing here a new battle report. It's been for a while that I have not played the 9th Age, and I just wanted to play a different army this time. I used my Dogs of War to play Empire of Sonnstahl against the Sylvan Elf of my friend. So here we have 4,500 points, 9th Age Sylvan Elves against Empire of Sonnstahl. So the mission we are going to use is breakthrough and with the deployment refuse flank. Be aware that I'm new to the 9th Age, so I'm learning as well. So in my army I have a marshal that goes on a dragon, and he's a prince, and I have a marshal BSB, a wizard, and a prelate. I just want to test different things to see how they work. Then I have 2 blocks of 30 infantry with the spears and a block of 20 heavy infantry with the spears as well. I use the spear because I use the pikemen from the Dogs of War, and I think it's the ones that are represented best with the spears. I use a unit of light infantry with crossbows. I use electoral cap, the unit of 14 electoral cap with shields and the stalker standard, and then they have the order, so it's a unit that should hit hard. Then I have a unit of retiers with brass pistols and heavy armor, and then 2 cannons and a mortar. The Sylvan Elves. So the Sylvan Elves have a druid who is going to be the general. Then they have a forest chieftain that is going to be the BSB, and have the Sylvan longbow, and then have the bug of Wisconsin, so it's quite shooting a lot. Have the potion of swiftness as well, and great weapon. The forest prince with Eagle King, the Sylvan lance, the touch of greatness, the shield, light armor, curse of the black stag, talisman shielding, and glyph of Ambril. And then he has a unit of 16 archers, 2 units of 5 heath riders with longbows, and 2 units of 8 dryads, 1 forest eagle, 1 unit of 15 rangers, another unit of 20 rangers with different banners. One will have the banner of deception, and the other one have the flaming banner. Both have vanguard, 8 pathfinders, and a 3 father. Yeah, and now let's go to the deployment and see how each army deploys. So I want the roll to the side and to deploy first. So this is how the deployment look like. I wanted to put my 3 blocks of infantry in the middle. I put the artillery, the cannons, and the crossbows on the hill, and I tried to hide my dragon behind the hill. I put the mortar was not fitting anymore on the hill, so I put him next behind the infantry, and then I put on one flank the 2 units of cavalry, using the vanguard to put the light cavalry in front of the heavy cavalry. He, from his side, he loaded quite his right flank, putting there the 3 men, the druids, almost on the right flank, and then just threatening my other flank with the cavalry, the light cavalry, and 1 unit of forest rangers. Here we see another view of how the different forces were deployed. So, and what you see on the terrain, so we have a house, we have a building, we have a pond, we have a field, a hill, a couple of trees, a couple of forests, one is the Sylvan Elves forest, ruins, and a cliff. Here we see all these units behind, trying to use the building to protect most of his units from my cannons. And this is the other flank where he put the cavalry and to flank me and try to reach my artillery. This is the view from his side, so how I put the block of infantry, the different blocks, and put on the battlefield. And another view, and now we are ready to start with the turn 1. So here we go, turn 1 of the battle, and the Sylvan Elves are starting the battle. Here I think was my first mistake. I wanted to give him the opportunity to move first, because he really deployed out of the reach of most of my shooting, and I said, okay, let's force him to move a little bit, and then see if I can have some better shooting. So what he did is mainly he was quite stationary on his deployment zone, and he moved the cavalry to flank as I was expecting. And then in the magic phase, he summoned a beast on the other flank, what is quite a painful, this beast. So yeah, and then in the shooting, he did some wounds. No, in the magic phase, or on the shooting, between the shooting and the magic phase, he did some wounds on one of my cannons, but he did not manage to kill him. He was down to just one wound, and he killed some of my spearmen. And then the shooting also killed my full unit of light cavalry. So I was not expecting to be that strong and to really miss all my shooting, but yeah, just the shooting of, I think was just the shooting of the rangers, the guys that are skirmish, they kill all my cavalry in just one round of shooting. So this is the end after the shooting. So I have to deal with the threat of my flank, trying to protect my cannons, and yeah, and I just lost my light cavalry. So yeah, here I was thinking maybe I should have go first and I let's use my cavalry to do some damage to him. So here we have another overview of him flanking me, and these are the casualties that I had on the first turn. So we go to my first turn. So I just advance with all my units. I move, as you can see, one of my blocks to my right flank to deal with the forest rangers, I think are called, the ones that are with the great weapons, and then the other two blocks of infantry move ahead, as well as the cavalry. I put the cavalry at assault distance, and then I move the dragon to deal with the light cavalry, and with the breath weapon I just kill a full unit of light cavalry. The magic, I think, was not that relevant, and I wanted to shoot sorry, to the summon beast, and I did three. It was surviving. The summon beast was surviving with just one wound. What was a bad news? So I was expecting that the cannons will be able to kill the beast coming from the summoning. So here we see, and again, my advancement with the different units, and the dragon try to deal with the light cavalry. Okay, we have here another shot. The flank, no assaults, no charges from my side, neither on this first turn. And here we see again the positioning of the Sylvan Elves. So yeah, at this moment I realize that he will kill me if I keep the distance. I think he has better shooting than me, so I decide to play very aggressively and go to chapter. So we go to the turn 2 for the Sylvan Elves. So the beast did the random movement, and he rolled enough to engage with the mortar. So the cannon that is out of the hill is the mortar. And then he repositioned the army. As you can see, the dryads are flanking on my left flank, and then he moved the tree man and the guy with the on King Eagle on the middle of his deployment zone. The light cavalry is flanking my dragon. This was expected, so the dragon was only able to deal with the breath weapon 1 to kill one of the light cavalry. So this was more or less expected. And then the forest rangers, I think I call, the guys with the great weapons on my right flank, moved back to keep the distance with my spearmen. So this is the repositioning, and then it comes the shooting. And in the shooting, he killed some more spearmen on the small unit there. So this unit was going thin in number, and he killed a couple of knights there. So yeah, this -3 on -3, I think it was, with the rangers. It's quite painful. And then, sorry, the first casualties was with the magic phase, and after the shooting, yeah, this unit is really reduced to nothing. I think it was only 7 or something surviving. They passed the panic check. The general was still in range, I think, or maybe I just used the banner. So, but I just passed the. I think the general was still in range. And in the close combat, and the summon beast, kill the mortar, and he engaged with the crossbow. So, and this was the situation at the end of the turn 2. So yeah, the shooting is quite strong from the Sylvan Elves. This creature summoned at my backyard is not helping neither. So I need to try to see if I can protect my cannons, and then yeah, let's see if the close combat goes better. So I decided to move very aggressively this time. I just realized one charge. I remember that my cavalry is Striders thanks to the Stalker's banner, and I charge on the Forest Rangers. I use the other unit of 30 spearmen, try to protect the flank of my cavalry. I know that they are completely exposed to the treemen, but it was more trying to, if I keep the distance, I was feeling that they are going to die, so I just decided to move really aggressively at that point. I think I did not position very well in the first turn either. I decided not to sacrifice at the end the 7 or 8 remaining spearmen, and I moved them back to deal with the beast that was in my backboard. And then with the dragon, I went ahead to try to support or make a second wave of assault. Here my thinking was, if I can attack his general, the dragon should be able to deal with the archers. Although the dragon is quite exposed, so you don't have war save on the dragon, and you only have 3+ armor save, so it's not that strong. So this was end of the movement. Okay, we see I just keep the spearman in a distance, and this I think was another mistake. I put them in the forest, and they are using the at the end. I knew. I also didn't know that when you do the white formation, you cannot add in ranks to your to the combat resolution. I didn't know that, so I think it's better to put them instead of ranks of 8. It's better ranks of 7. But I moved them there, try to avoid that these guys are flanking me, and expecting that if they charge me, my spearman can do damage with the spears in defending. So yeah, and this is all the movement. On the magic phase, I managed to put 5+ save on the dragon. What's called this? The special save of 5+. Here we have another picture of the combat that is going to happen. And then we go to the shooting, and well, one cannon had miscast in the previous turn, so only one cannon was able to shoot this turn, and I was lucky. I think I rolled 11 shots, and I killed all the light cavalry with the cannon. I was expecting to do enough damage to avoid that they can kill my cannons easily. But this was good news, so the cannons managed to kill the other light cavalry. So the only threat I have now in my lines is the beast that is only with 1 wound remaining. And here the combat did not went as expected. So I was expecting the cavalry to be stronger, especially after doing a charge. But really, he really destroyed my cavalry. He killed, as you can see, things 6 of my knights, so I only managed to respond with 4 knights, and I only killed 2 of them. So I lost by far. I think I need a 4. I was lucky and I rolled a 4, but yeah, I don't know if I was lucky or I think was unlucky. They will be better if they had flee. But yeah, what I have to say. So they were they just crashed against a wall of swords. And here you see the unit is moved. I just halt in combat, and I decide to reform the crossbows to give the front and try to kill the beast in the next turn, to put more attacks and see if I can and finish the summon beast. So this was the end of the turn 2. Not as I was expecting. I was expecting the cavalry to do better, to be fair. but yeah, I should know better. So the great weapons are is still too strong, especially when they are on elves, and that they can attack on initiatives. So yeah, a lesson learned: not assault these guys. I don't know how to deal, to be fair, with these guys with when you're talking with Empire, but okay, lesson learned. So we go to the turn 3 of the elves. So in turn 3, as expected, the 3 men assault the flank of my cavalry. Okay, this is more or less expected. I was expecting that, but I was expecting to do much more damage on their infantry. I wasn't expecting the result of the previous turn, to be fair. He faced the Dryads against my 30, and here he charged the Rangers on my... The Rangers, no, sorry, the Forest guys. I don't know how they're called. The Forest Rangers are called, yeah. On my Spearmen of 30 men. So this is the situation after the charges, and I think after the movement. No, the movement is not done yet. And now, yeah, here we have the movement. The 2 eagles start moving. The hero, the King Eagle, is moving to face my dragon. And to be fair, during all the battle, I missed this movement for a reason. And then the other eagle just moved to help if it's needed on the spearman on his flank. So here we see the end of his movement. And we go, yeah, this is shooting and combat at the same time, and magic. So the result of his turn is he killed 1 knight. This time he only managed to kill 1 or 2 knights, I think. I think it was 5 knights remaining. I don't remember. He killed 1 or 2 knights. I killed some forest rangers, and the knights were holding the line here. And here the beast killed 3 of my crossbow. And I think I did not manage to kill the last one of the beast. So yeah, here they are just engaged. I have not to. I think I also passed the moral check. And this was very disappointing as well. The forest rangers managed to make my spearmen to run away, and they were killed. So they will catch and killed to the last man. Here I was expecting more of the spearman, to be fair. I think I rolled very, very bad. Because I was able, and here is when I realized that my formation was not the right one, although I was in the forest and I was not able to add the lines neither. But yeah, and not go to the forest and don't use the whole formation with the spearman. It's not worth it. So yeah, and this is the end of the turn of the Sylvan Eleves. So now it's looking really grim for the Empire. So I lose 1 block of a spearman. The other block of spearman was completely destroying shooting, the small one, and then cavalry is down at this moment. So it's surrounded, and they will not survive there for a long time. And here this combat, here we start in combat. I expect that at the end I will win, but yeah, it's a pain. I cannot use my crossbow to support my units. So we went to my turn 3. I decide to charge the Dryads and try to take these guys out of the main combat. So I try to see if I can move them to the flank of my enemy and move them away from the main battlefield. So I charged there and I rolled very bad. I think I only did 2 wounds and killed 1 Dryad. And he killed 1 of my spearmen, so I won by a lot. I think he needed a 4 and he rolled a 4. So very disappointed there, and now they are really in a very bad position as well. So and then the other combat, they just finish at the end the cavalry. They kill the 3 cavalry between the 3 men and the great weapons. He killed the cavalry, and now they reform facing my spearmen that are on the flank. So really two bad moments here. First, the spearmen did miss to break their dryads and get away to the flank of the Sylvaneth, and the cavalry die. So we have another vision. So this is right now looking very bad for the Emperor. So we go to the turn 4. As expected, the 3-man charged my flank, the eagle charged my flank, and they are still in combat with the dryads here, so this spearman does not have a lot of future. And the prince assault the flank of my dragon. So this was a miss, but anyway, I was expecting my dragon to survive that. And yeah, here there was nothing to do. The forest rangers just assault the cannons and they will kill the cannons. So in the previous combat, as you can see, I killed the beast in my turn. So now but he summoned another beast, I think. So my bowmen now are turned to deal with another beast that will appear. That has appeared. You see here that it was another beast that was summoned by them. So in the previous turn, I managed to kill the beast, but there was a second one, and now I'm facing the second beast. So here we see the beast didn't manage to charge this time. They made the random movement, and he was short. Here we have the other unit of dryads did nothing in this battle. There is a situation before the combat, before the charges and the shooting. Not much shooting to happen this turn because many of the things are engaged in combat or are out of range. And here comes the disaster. So the prince and between the prince and the eagle, they kill the dragon in just one round of combat. So the dragon only have the problem of I see you cannot put war save on the dragon because it's this is a big, I don't know how it's called now, it's a gigantic creature I think it's called. So you cannot put war save, and having just armor save is not enough to survive. And here there were no cannons, but if there is cannons, they will be shot down so fast. So dragons, I don't know why there are dragons in this game, because they cannot survive. And as well here, the spearmen were completely destroyed between the dryads and the eagles and the 3-men. And on top, on the shooting phase, he killed a lot of my crossmen. My crossbow men ran away, and they were some killed as well on dangerous terrain. So yeah, it was a complete disaster. Of course, the forest rangers killed one cannon and engaged the second. So this was the end of the battle. Here was the end of the turn 4 of the Sylvaneth, and I decided to give the battle at this moment. So I only had I think 5 spearmen, a unit of I think this is 4 crossbowmen with the wizard running, so they are fleeing. Maybe most likely, I hope they will, rally, but then they will die anyway. And then because they are facing the rangers, and the rangers will kill the cannon and assault on the crossbowmen. So yeah, it was really a massacre. The Empire will have received a massacre. But my learnings here is, I think that I need to. If you use spearmen, you need the formation of 7. I should not split my army. I should keep them together so I can synergize between units. The assault of the cavalry was a suicide, not worth it, and I need to protect more my back. So there was a lot of mistakes. I should not expose my backward so easily to the light cavalry. Maybe I should shield them better with units so the light cavalry have more difficulties to come to my back. I think, although maybe using my light cavalry to protect my flanks, use my light cavalry out of the reach of the shooting in that case. So I think I was too aggressive at the beginning. I underestimate the forest rangers. They are really fast. They completely. I was not expecting that they will be able to destroy my cavalry so easily. And the dragon is useless. So no more dragons. I wanted to use the dragon because it's a nice miniature to use, but I realized that the dragons are useless. It's better to have your general on a horse and support your units and use the general to support your units. So as I said, a victory of the Sylvan Elves, but some learnings and some things that I will for me to think and how to improve my list. I don't have altars. I know that maybe the Empire have to play with altars. This was used to be a Dog of War army, so I don't have. Sorry, I don't have altars in my army. Maybe it's a thing that I have to invest. I just wanted to test, to play, and see how the game is playing. So it was the first time I was playing the new version, the version 2. I just wanted to test different new units and see how the game is playing. So that's all. That's all for now. I hope you find this interesting. Sorry if I did play not very well, but as I said, this was my first game to the second version. I'm not playing too much to the 9th age. I think on version 1 I did 5 or 6 games. So I don't have that much time to play all the games, and I prefer to I play from time to time. So that's all for now. I hope you at least you enjoy, you have seen, and you learn from my mistakes. So don't do the same mistakes that I did. I hope unless this is helping for other people to learn and to avoid the mistakes that I did. That's all for now. Let me know what do you think. And as usual, thanks a lot for watching, and see you again later. Bye.